Divine Feminine today. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you guys doing? I hope all is well. Today I'm going to do your Divine Feminine update, but I did want to just let you know why I wanted to come live. I don't know if you guys have seen the Tina story or the Aretha story. I think it was a Genius Aretha came out on I think it was anyway, I'm not promoting anything, but I think it came out on National Geographics, and then Tina came out on HBO. Um, but I wanted to come out because you know when I was watching both of those films, it really made me thinking about the divine feminine, and I've been wanting to come live with you guys for a while, just to kind of see how you were doing, and as well as just talk about the shifts and what's been happening. We just had a full moon yesterday. It was called the worm moon or whatever, which was March 28th. So I just wanted to give you an update. But what I did want to bring to your attention from those films was they were both very broken women who have gone through very hard times, especially as it related to their parents and their backgrounds, upbringing, and all of that. And I wanted to make it clear that they're what they strive for, and what really was the crux of why they wanted to get to where they wanted to go was in many parts trying to please their parents, trying to please or become validated by at least their parents. And so they both ended up in situations that were very abusive because they didn't feel as though they were worthy. I named this Divine Feminine Talk about not being ashamed of your past and not being ashamed of your journey, because many of us, our journey is dependent upon our past. So, we might have gone through abusive, toxic relationships, but it's a part of, in essence, our purpose, part of how we're supposed to get to our purpose. And I just don't want us to disregard that. How important it is that what you've gone through, your tears, your hard work, your fears, all these things really help you get to where you're supposed to be in life. And as I was watching the film, a lot of their hurt and pain, I mean, I could just feel it. And both of the shows really depicted, I mean, regardless of what they're saying on social media or what have you, I just feel like what came through on the screen for me was that fact that they were broken women, that they were looking for validation through men, to validate them because they wanted to feel special. Aretha specifically said, she didn't want her father to die, for instance, because she was like, without you, I won't feel special, without you. But she had series of husbands until she finally got to one that wasn't abusive, or one that, you know, because she had been abused so early on in childhood in her life. And this is within the church even, And so with that being said, to find that in someone later on in life is a beautiful thing. Same thing with Tina. Tina went through, and she actually specifically said, no one ever loved me. No one ever, I just wish somebody would love me for who I am, my good, my bad. She said that like towards the end, and she was like, just really until she found her mate. And when she found that divine mate for her, it was like she felt her heart jump. She felt her heart palpitate. She felt, as soon as she met him, even though he was younger, like considerably younger than her, even though she was of a different, even though he was of a different, ethnic group, all of that, her heart jumped. It was like God had given her something beautiful. But what I want to say is not only that, but she had grown so much that also how you grow when you come out of this place of needing that type of validation, or walking in your unhealing, or walking, because she said at some point, you just had to forgive Ike, for instance, like, time made her finally forgive. And even her children were like, I could never forgive him for what he did to my mother, that kind of thing. And but it was like once she had gotten past a certain point, then it was like it opened up to where it was like, wow, now I can really have the love of my life. Now I'm really in a place, to be able to accept it, even because it's also about receiving. It's like, are you in a place where you're ready to receive the love of your life? Are you in a place to where you're ready to receive to receive. Let's get the love of your life. Let's get the divine masculine out of the picture or what have you. Are you ready? Are you in a place in your life where you're ready to receive even, right? And so I just wanted to come live because, and I'm going to pull some messages as well, but it's just really been on my heart to kind of come to you guys and just talk about just being able to receive, that you're ready. And I feel like all of you are deserving to receive, right? So let's go ahead and get started. But I just had to bring that forth because I saw both of those movies, and I'm telling you, has anybody seen those movies? I'm telling you both, and it's so beautiful because the first message that came out for you was a new day dawning. This is a new day coming your way. Also, look at this, beautiful. Change is unavoidable. Change is unavoidable. You'll never be where you are in your hurt, your pain, your tears, your fears, your crying. You'll never be in there. What is the phrase? You know, it'll only last till morning or something like that. What is the name? Or it was maybe a gospel song or something like that. But whatever it is, it's like a saying in the gospel community, like something like your pain only lasts until morning or something like that. The point is, you know, change is unavoidable. Change is coming. So I just need y'all to know, no. Spirit just changed it. He said change is not coming. She said change is here. You know, Spirit made it clear change is here. It's not coming. So even when you feel like you're in your lowest low, I want you to know that that's change. Even when somebody is coming up against you, making you feel like you're lower than dirt, I want you to know change is here. That's because they're coming. Trouble doesn't last always. Thank you, Jolanda. Look, I was struggling, I know. But thank you. Yes, change, you know, struggles don't last always, period. So even in those, and you know, and I can be honest with y'all, I'm about to get deep with y'all this morning. It's a couple things Spirit has wanted me to bring to y'all that I have not been ready to really reveal, but let me just say it in the sense of, so I have a friend of mine, right? And so this friend really, this friend of mine, you know, met this guy, right? Some time ago. And this guy was, you know, supposedly, you know, a great guy, you know, well stable, well off, whatever, very nice to her. But, you know, she noticed some quirks and some issues, like first on, you know, when they first met, right? And she was like, look, you know, I don't deal with married men. Let me see your hand. Let me make sure. Good morning, Sarah. Let me make sure you're not married, all of that. But, you know, just to go to the end, so this is not a long story. The dude ended up married, ended up being like an elder in the church, ended up having a pastor as a wife, ended up with children, all kinds of ish, okay? And she was asked to go with someone because when she found out, she told somebody who apparently knew the guy, right? Like, you know, oh, so my family knows this person, right? And so she goes to the person and was like, yeah, so he claimed he's divorced and, you know, he doesn't live with his, she was like, that's a lie. Like, you know, she was like, that's a lie. That's not true. He's an elder in the church. He's this of her church, right? And, you know, and I'm tired of this because I've already seen it. I saw him out in the street with somebody before. I brought it to the church and, you know, I didn't want to say his name, but the church already knew who they were talking about. Like literally she went like, okay, I don't want to say who this is, but I've seen somebody acting inappropriately out in public and, you know, they're married to someone here at church and, you know, we all are, you know, because she's a minister too, right? And so it's like, you know, all this stuff. And she's like, you know, I know we want to put forth basically, honestly, I hate to say it this way. I hate to say it this way, but we want to make sure we have people in the limelight that are living the way God wants us to live or the way that we're trying to teach other people to live in essence. So if we have somebody like this living like this, then they need to be removed or we need to do something because it's a bad look really on the church, right? And so anyway, they asked this person, the person who the guy has been dating for weeks or what have you, and you know, and it really didn't go too far, but it was like a little nibble here and there, right? And but it never went like full blown, like going, you know, all the way, right? They had asked her on vacation, had asked her to take away, all kinds of stuff, right? And she said no, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm on here early. I know I'm on it. Yeah, I'm on here real early. But I was thinking about this all night. And they asked her to do all this stuff, I'm sorry, I got caught off guard just there for a second. But the point is, they knew who this person was. And I miss you too. They knew who this person was, right? But the church already knew. Everybody knew. And then, when she went and addressed the person lied and said it wasn't me. Now, this is before my friend even dated the guy, right? So the point is, the church already knew who this person was. They supposedly went through counseling, whatever. But this dude was on this chick, right? Like on them hard. And so ultimately, the minister, again, is now being addressed with this because the church already knew before she even said it. He lied and said he didn't do it, then came back and said, oh, I did do it. I just didn't want my wife to know. I didn't want her to know I did it again. And, but the point was she wanted this person to go with her to the church to put this person on blast. Wanted her to go to the church to put dude on blast, right? And so this person being just as, similar to me in that, are you serious? Like, just know, like already, okay, it's me, right? And so just already, right, off the break, you're like, okay, I don't mind helping you because I don't believe certain people like this should be in these high authority. I feel like these people shouldn't be in this high authority, but I don't believe people should really have this authority anyway. So my perspective is, and this is kind of why I moved away from church a little bit, because my perspective is you're no better than me. You're anointed. I'm anointed too. I don't feel like just because you're in the pulpit, you have any authority over me, leadership over me. Like, you're still man. And not to mention that majority of the leaders in church are men, right? So I'm just saying, I got a problem with that too. So y'all keeping it a close knit. Don't get me started. Granted, I've had this conversation with my mother. Yes, there are women moving up and this, that, and the other. But why is this so sexist? Like, you're better than... So I got a problem with that. All that. Let me just put that to the side. So knowing that I have this issue, the minister already knew I already had this concern. She was like, well, I just want you to know. And this, I love this woman, right? I just want you to know, I wanted to bring it to them because I don't want people like this in a church, in a higher elder, in a high ranking position because it looks bad on the church. I was like, this ain't the first time, the last time, never will it ever be the last time something like this happens in the church. It's not the first time, it won't be the last because of the culture, period. Like, shit's deep. Like, the culture is like ingrained in that society, period. So it's this front that everything is all good. And so with Aretha, and in that film, her father's a pastor. She's getting pregnant at 12 while she's on the gospel circuit, traveling with her pastor father, who's also sexist and or sexually whatever, because he's dealing with all these women on the road too. She gets pregnant while she's on the road, not once, twice. In the gospel circuit at the age of 12 and then barely 17 or something like that. All of that to say, when she came to me, I said, I'm down for expressing this and letting the church know what happened, that this person is obviously still cheating on their pastor wife, that this person is still obviously in this position. But I do want to make it clear to you, I don't agree with this leadership shit, right? Like, I do want to make it clear to you that if I go to the pastor, if I go to the head pastor of the church, you want me to have a conversation with them because they're going to come to you and say, well, I want to hear from the fucking source. They said they're going to want to hear it from the source. So me telling the minister wasn't good enough. The head of the church needs to now come talk to me about some shit that your people, you already know this person has been doing for about fucking 15 years at least, because they already got 2 children one with the wife and another one the exact same age as the wife by another woman. I mean, exact same age as a child by the wife by another woman. They've been married for over 20-something years. I'm just saying. And these are just the children that they know about. Don't get me started. But the point that I'm making is they asked me to go to the church. Now, I love this woman. And I had to make it clear because I was like, now, if I go, okay, if I go, I know, I'm sorry. I know it's a lot, but if I go, I need you to know that I'm going to be beyond truthful. I'm going to let them know what I do, how I don't believe in this hierarchy bullshit, that I don't believe in the patriarchal bullshit. I recognize that certain things needed to happen for different reasons, but fuck that shit. It doesn't need to be anymore because I don't even believe that motherfucker's faithful. Don't get me started, okay? So why the fuck am I going to go to him? Oh, Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm like on blast. Why the fuck am I going to go to him to express myself when you already went to them 15 or 10 years ago or whatever, and he didn't believe you? And this is why I wanted to come straight here. He didn't believe you. He made you prove. He waited till dude said, yes, that was me. He waited. So in essence, he put you on the, it's almost like you on a chopping block. You got to prove. So this is why I start putting out some of the messages I put out about fuck proving shit to anybody. You don't have to prove a motherfucking thing to nobody, okay? I'm just saying, okay? Because this is why I don't believe in this bullshit. I don't have to prove fucking shit to you. And I'm sorry, I'm going off today, God damn it. I don't have to prove shit to you or anybody else. So if a nigga come to me, and I'm sorry, if somebody come to me talking about, oh, well, you did you see me? Prove to me that I cheated on you. Prove to me I was with another woman. Prove to me that, did you see it? Facts. I mean, I don't give a shit. Did I see it? I don't need to see it. I felt it. I felt it before I ever saw it. And this is why I put the messages out, especially on Instagram. Like, you don't have to prove shit to nobody. They try to put me in a hot pot stand, whatever. And I just made it clear, I don't mind speaking to the person if this is what you would like me to do because I respect you. But I don't see what I'm going to tell them that's any differently. Tell the wife, tell the church, tell the pastor, tell any of them. What am I going to tell them any different than what they already know? They've allowed it to happen this long. They're going to continue to allow it to keep happening. What does mean? What I mean? So all I'm going to say is, right? All I'm going to say is the truth. And that I already don't believe. Like, I mean, I don't need you to validate. You see what I'm saying? Like, why am I going to you? Because I got to prove now you don't want to listen to this woman. You don't want to listen to this woman. So now you're going to have another woman come. You ain't got no respect for women any fucking way. You see what I'm saying? I mean, but yet when you see me out on the fucking street, you, drooling like a motherfucker. Oh, you can't, you don't know who I am though. You see what I'm saying? And this is the head of the goddamn church. Drooling with their Range Rovers and all this other shit thinking you doing something. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, see, people wonder why I feel the way I feel. And I'm making it very clear. The reason why I do is it's because we're all, to me, equal. Or honestly, I think women are more powerful. We are fucking portals. We bring life into this world. I mean, duh. So the fact that there's this perception that we're less than in any way, in any fucking way, I got a problem with it. And if you're going to ask me to validate who the fuck I am or what happened to me, like you're going to put me on a fucking stand, basically, so they can lie and say it wasn't me. Like, now you need proof. My thing is, if you so goddamn anointed, fucking go ask God. Go ask God then. Go ask God, pray, your angel, whoever it is that you talk to, why you need me? You see what I'm saying? And I just need y'all to be clear on this. Why do you need me to say anything out my mouth? Because if you're so anointed, then shouldn't you be able to go to God yourself and talk to the higher powers yourself? Oh, y'all got me. Oh, Lord, I'm sorry. I could start church here this morning. My thing is, if you're so damn anointed, what do you I'm so heated right now. This just got me like, and this happened months ago. You should have showed me the man and one who cheats death, right? I'm just saying. All I'm saying is, you don't have to prove shit to nobody. That I mean, and I had to make this point because I need you to know how special, how powerful, especially as divine feminine you are. And people will try to put you in positions to make you look belittled or make you feel belittled or make you put you in their vibration. Let me put it this way. So you're up here, right, in your vibration. People will try to bring you down to their vibration so they can understand you. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Because they will try to bring you down to their vibration to say, okay, show me, so they can say it wasn't me. A female will see a man literally sleeping with another woman. He will come back and say it wasn't me, and she will believe him. What the what? Come on. Seriously? You know, I mean, and it's that deep. It's like, you know, somebody can mentally F you up in your mind to make you believe that you didn't see what you saw. People can make you feel like, you know, what you saw is not real. What you felt is not real. And I'm going somewhere with this. Because what I'm saying ultimately is this. No matter, I don't care if you saw with your eyes, ears, nose, mouth. I just posted yesterday or something like that, you know, the truth lies in the in-between, in both places. The truth lies in the dark and in the light. And people are so afraid of the fucking dark. Yesterday was Palm Sunday. I put up Psalms, was it 3-4? Psalms 23-4. Though I walk, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall feel no evil. Because God is with me. But yet, so people are afraid of the dark. But a lot of the truth is in the dark. What they hide is in the fucking dark. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta not only trust, and too many times we trust our eyes over our own heart, our own intuition. And I'm saying your intuition is so on fucking point, ladies. Your intuition is the shiznit. They don't call it man's intuition. They call it fucking woman's intuition. Why? Because it's your intuition. It's stronger than anything. But they will leave you believe that your intuition is less than what you see with your eyes or hear. And your intuition, your knowing, your being, your discernment, your all of this, whatever you want to call it, psychic, mediumship, whatever, you know, depending upon who you go talk to, your sacred knowledge, all of this is more powerful than anything. But people will sit there and make you feel like you got to prove some shit factually, 100% true. Show facts, show a goddamn film or something. Well, where did you see them walking? Where were they? Were they with you? Did they take you to dinner? How much did they spend? Where did you go? They want to take you to a hotel. What hotel? Did you establish a hotel that they was going to take you to? I mean, were you going out of town? What state? You know, they're trying to set you up. You don't have to, no. You don't have to say shit to none of them. You don't have to prove nothing. Next time somebody sit there and tell you that you got to prove some shit, you just need to be like, I don't got to prove, because trust me, I don't need your validation. And I even saw that within this elder per se. I even saw it within them like, oh, let me lead you. Nigga, please. You obviously know. I said, what made you? I was like, what made you come at me? I mean, as hard as you did, like came hard. I'm talking about came hard, tracked me down, followed me, all kinds of shit. I'm talking about came hard. What made you pick me out of all the, oh, well, because you're beautiful. You don't think you're beautiful? Fuck yeah, I know I'm beautiful. That's not the point. That's not what I'm not fucking asking you. Listen, nigga. That's not what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, why did you pick me? Why did I look like Boo Boo the Fool? I just want to know. This motherfucker said. Motherfucker said, they said you was on the phone, you was having a good time, you look approachable, and that you looked, damn, what was the word? Shit. It was something like, not flexible, but like you looked, it wasn't approachable, guys. Hold up. It was another word. I'm trying to think of it. Basic. And I put it in one of my shit. Damn. I'm gonna have to remember the word, guys. But the meaning of the word was basically that I look like, oh shit. Oh, they said I look fucking non-confrontational. What? Let's rewind that. Okay. They said I, HP Marlena, look non-fucking confrontational. I was like, really? Huh? Yeah, nah. Like anybody who knows me, I mean, most of the time people don't even want to approach me because I look so called, what they call it, they always say I look yeah, they didn't know, Jolanda, honey. They didn't know. They they had no fucking clue who they was dealing with. Non-confrontational me, really? Thank you. That was my point, is it? Okay, that was my point. I hope I'm saying that right. That was my point. Where your intuition at? Because if you saw that in me, where's your anointing for real? I'm just saying, if you can see that clearly, if that's what the fuck you saw, your shit is off. Your vision is skewed. Something's blurry. Whatever. Something ain't right. So that was one cue, right? And I was like, okay. Then they had the nerve to say, well, just let me lead you. Let me guide you. Number 2. Do they know who the fuck I am? Just let me guide you. Just let me lead you. I will guide you in the right direction. You know, I can do this for you. I can do that for you. Everything you think you can do for me, I can do better. What's the name of that? Isn't it a song? Someone said you could do, I can do better. I mean, it's like a little kid. Anything you can do, I can do better. Anything I can do something. You know, you said they look at the physical, their mental state, and their sexual energy, not logic. Facts, Ray. Okay, seriously. So, I mean, the perception that people put on you, it's only you can allow them to do that, right? So I check them immediately. Like, that ain't me. You got me fucked up. I don't do that. Let you lead me where? Where do you think you can guide me other than where I can't go myself? And if I want to go there, I can do it myself. You know what I'm saying? And so all of that to say, I had to come live with you because especially when I watched the Tina and the Aretha story, it just really brought out so much. And the minister, like I said, that wanted me to go talk to their pastor to bring this to the light, to it's obviously a part of my journey, right? This was a part of my journey, and I can feel bad about it. Like, why did they choose me, or why did what are the, you can act all victim-y, right? You can act this way. You said, I can see you're very confrontational. So, yes, honey. Yes. Many polar. Yeah, he's something. Stop. I can't. But yes, many, he just didn't know. But what I want to say is, especially after watching that movie, it's like, to me, I think many things like this need to come out. People need to know, And when I listened to this friend of mine, and she's like, yeah, but I want to expose him. Like, that was her thing. Because she was so pissed because this is a friend of her. Her pastor, female friend, is his wife. And she's like, I can't. And the first thing when I told her, I said, I think you know him. First thing she said was, I can't believe he's still doing that. Still. Right? Still doing that. And I was like, damn, for real? Like, and I mean, it's so much I would say about that whole situation. But at the end of it, we decided not to go forward, not to do anything. Because what I told her was, if you want me to go talk to them, I need you to know that my non-confrontational supposedly ass is going to be very fucking confrontational when I have that conversation. Because that's just who I am. Like, I don't believe in that shit. First of all, I don't believe, and I made it clear, I'm not going to him for validation. I already know what the fuck happened. If he can't trust it from you, why is he going to trust it from me? And that's all I'm going to do is give this other person another opportunity to lie about it and then try to put me on the hot seat like I'm a liar. Like, that was me giving the power over to them. I was refusing to give them my power. You see what I'm saying? I was refusing to even put the ball in their court. So I want you to recognize, honestly, It's steps before you finally give somebody your power. Your power can be given at a soon as you decide, like it's like a click. It's like as soon as you decide that you need to now go into their vibration to prove some shit, you just gave over your power. This is a damn deep message. Shit, I didn't know where I was going with this, but Spirit been trying to make me come live for the last couple of days, but I've been so busy. You see what I'm saying? All right, guys. You see what I'm saying? I just need can I get a hand clap or a F you? I don't know. But just give me what are you? I'm just saying. You see my point? Okay. You can say F you. I don't believe it. Clap. I do agree. Whatever. I just want to see it. Oh, pray. Thank you. I love you too, boo. Yes. You see what I'm saying? That's how quickly you can give over your power. It's just that simple. All you have to do is just agree to their terms. Agree to someone else's terms. Walk on their side of the road, or, play their game the way they want you to play it. You can shut that shit off by just simply saying, no, I'm not doing that. Somebody asked you to prove it. Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Where would you see me? Did you see a text? And then you feel the need to prove yourself, to text all that shit? No, you don't have to do none of that. You don't have to do none of that. Yeah, people will try to make it seem like a negative thing, straightforward or non-confrontational, whatever you want to say about it. Neither one of them are negative. Point is, it's like, to me, I saw it as a weakness. You're trying to say I'm non-confrontational as I'm weak, as if, that's why I was like, really? You saw me as being some weak chick that's not going to battle you? You saw that shit? Like, really? You saw that in me? Because I was having a good time, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, but regardless of it, straightforward, non-confrontation, whatever it is, all of it's a problem to somebody who's insecure, to someone who is not confident in themselves, to someone who wants to run your shit, to someone who wants to lead or guide you down a path of non-righteousness. All of it is a problem. Any of you speaking up for yourself, any of you battling somebody, any of you not going along with somebody else's portrayal of what your life should be like, it's all a problem. So you're going to come against this regardless. You see what I'm saying? You can act as cute as you want. You can be as non-confrontational as you want. You can be all meek and mild as you want. But it's all going to be a problem as soon as you start speaking truth. As soon as you start speaking facts. As soon as you start saying no. As soon as you start saying, I'm not sure, questioning. And that's what they do. And especially in a male-female dynamic, they will sit there and tell you, oh, you don't trust me? What the fuck I'm supposed to trust you for? That's what trips me out, because my thing is, what have you done to gain my trust? Truth, facts. I'm just saying, what have you done? It's like, so I had this conversation a while ago, and if you guys know me, you might have heard the story before, but this is one of the times where I realized my awakening was really there, when you start looking around the room and you're just like, really? These are the motherfuckers I really hang out with? This is the shit that they say? Like, this is when you start looking at the people around you and realize that maybe you have changed, because apparently they have not. It was a conversation we was having where, oh yeah, you have cute babies. Oh, you have cute babies with them. And I'm like, are we really having this conversation at the age of 40 something? I'm just saying, that's some shit you say when you're 16. Okay. Not 30 something years later. But anyway. And the dude was so upset because he was like, yeah, I don't know why she don't trust me. I know that's right. I don't know why she don't trust me. They just started dating. One, I didn't do to her what the last man did to her. But that's her experience. That's what she's gone through. That's her life. So you're basically not even cool with her history. And you expect her to dismiss her whole fucking history on all the trifling motherfuckers that she done came up against and trust your ass? That she don't even know you? I mean, I went so clean off. It was like bubbling up in me because he was trying to act the victim. Why doesn't she trust me? Why doesn't she trust me? And that's also what I noticed in both of these films, okay? This is what I also noticed in both of these freaking films. in the Aretha film and the Tina film. Both of them, or the people that were abusive in their life, always wanted to act like the victim, like they weren't the fucking abuser. Nigga, please. What? Both of them act like the victim. Tina said by the end of her beating or whatever, him going off, she ended up rubbing his head and he ended up crying. Like, see, you made me do this to you. So she ended up comforting him after he done fucked her up. You see my point here? So again, you're giving them this, oh Lord. I just can't. So then you wonder why, people don't trust or, so all of that to say, when I was in this conversation, I'm sitting here making it clear, why should she trust you? Well, I didn't do anything to her. Well, what did you do to gain her trust? Oh, I shouldn't have to do all that. What? Trust is earned. You don't come in here. This ain't school. You start off with a fucking A. It is earned. You don't give nobody your end all to be all, trust, all that. Narcissistic. It's emo. Yes, narcissism. It's deep. It's ingrained. Even in the people that you don't really think, even honestly, I got a baby brother. And I'm like, I pretty much raised you. And you still turned out, I love my brother. Don't get it twisted. You still turned out. And this is one of my little brother that I really raised, spent a lot of time with. You still turned out to be somewhat misogynistic. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, how the fuck did this happen? Because it's not just me. You got TV, you got men around you, you got other people around you, you got all of this going on around you, making you still feel like, oh, well, I have to be this way and women should be like that. Like me and his wife, we get into battles with him. Like, and he trusts me, but he don't trust her. Like if I said, he's like, okay, you might have a point. But she said, it's like, nah, she need to slow her roll. You see what I'm saying? It's like this dynamic. And I'm like, where the fuck did you learn that shit from? Like we grew up in a single family household. You see what I'm saying? It's a generational cycle too. Mm-hmm. Now that's some ish there, because we're all kind of dealing with our own generational cycles, right? I put something on Instagram recently where I was talking about, you like, why I got to be the one? Why I got to be the one to break this generational cycle? It's hard, It takes time. It's hard. Like, why I got to be the one go through all this? You don't have to. You could just deal with the shit and do what the previous family did before you. You could do that, or you could do something different and break it. But I just had to say that piece, and when I said it, like literally when I said it, the whole room like shut down. And then I felt like the nervousness of the men, especially in the room. Like it's almost like they got afraid because I said it to the top of my voice. Why the fuck should she trust you for anything? What have you done? You've done nothing to gain her trust. But yet you want to sit there and talk about, and then, one of the dudes afterwards was like, until you spoke up and said what you said, I was going to try to talk to you and get your number and this, that, and the other, but you done ruined your chances. To the table. What do women bring to the table? That's why I had that conversation with y'all. That's why I had to have that conversation with y'all about what do you bring to the table, because it's deep, because people will try to make you feel like your worth is in your bank account. Your worth is beyond your bank account. Come on, y'all. Like, seriously. Your worth is so beyond your bank account. What's in your bank account? That shit ain't real anyway. The value of a dollar goes up and down every freaking day, every moment, every second of the day. If your value is based on your bank account, we got a problem. But you have something so much more that you bring to the table, and it does not have nothing to do with what's in your wallet. It doesn't. Oh my God, y'all, I'm going there today. I mean, it's like I can't even stop right now. But you well, what do you bring to the table? You know, I got this house, I got like these 2 or 3 cars and all this other shit. Nigga, I got houses and multiple cars too. So if you ain't got shit else to bring to the table, shut the fuck up. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on now. You said let your soul glow. I can't with y'all. Y'all funny. But I mean, it was so real. And I'm like, seriously? So, but people will try to put you again on their lower vibrational shit so they could feel better. Like, oh, well, I'm bringing this. Well, she should trust me because I'm taking care of her. I'm taking her out to dinner. I took her to the Bahamas. I did this. So, like, and that's what's supposed to make her give up everything, give up her trust, give up her life, give up her everything, and give it over to you so you can guide her and lead her into the shithole? Get the fuck out of here. No. Absolutely not. No. And then, you know, they had the nerve to look at me like I was crazy, and not just the men in the room, even the women in the room, like, kind of, you know, you kind of are being kind of, and these are my best of friends. You kind of are being kind of, you know, harsh. He being harsh. Like, you know, I was disrespected by that comment. I felt like that was some disrespectful shit. Why won't she trust me? I mean, I barely know her. She barely know me, but I'm not the one who did all that shit to her. Why should she treat me like this and not trust me wholeheartedly? Your trust is always in God, nothing else. And that's my point. You done said it. You done said it. That's my motherfucking point. Exactly. Why the fuck should I trust you? Your only trust is to number one, King Son and your angels, your spirit guides, the overall God that helps us, that, you know, the spirit. I'm just saying. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Let's be real. But that's what the masculine belief system is wrapped around, creating this fucking illusion so you can believe that man is more powerful than God. In the fucking church, Muslims, church Catholics, fucking with boys, all these goddamn religions got some male at the top of this shit talking about something. We running things. We running. No, the fuck you ain't. It's somebody above you. And as soon as you believe and take your trust out of God and put it in man, then you already done. But that's what they want you to do. They want you to stay here on this lower vibrational energy shit. They want you to stay here with them so you can prove shit to them to make them feel like they're powerful. Keep pouring into them, pouring into you, emptying yourself out, making yourself depleted, all of this shit so they can feel better. Then walk away like, oh, I got all her energy. I got all her gold. I got all of her everything that I'm going to deny later while I'm coming back for more. You feel me? This shit's a fucking illusion, y'all. Let's just be real. Let's just say just be honest. It was disrespectful. It was some disrespectful shit. Oh, I felt so disrespected when they said this shit. I was like, why should anybody? Anyway, y'all. You know, I was going to try to pull cards this morning. You know, I was going to try to, but I mean, the few cards, like I said, that came out was there's a new day. There's a new day that's dawning. It's starting here now. It's on, y'all. You know, don't believe the fucking hype. Don't believe the fucking smoke screen. Don't allow somebody to bring you down to their lower vibrational energy, because the only thing they have to offer is you coming down to their energy. So you don't believe your own intuition, don't believe your own belief, don't believe your own knowing, don't believe your own discernment. If they can get you to not believe your own belief, your own discernment, and only make you believe what's physically here in the 3D, then they've already won. They've already won. They moved you from your energy to their energy. And they're putting you on their playing field so they can beat your ass. Physically, literally, however, mentally, emotionally, whatever. They're trying to bring you down to their playing field. But if you recognize your power, you know, I don't say reclaiming because you've been had it. Now, if you're confident walking and standing in your power, then all of that don't even matter. You see what I'm saying? Like, you will get it off the break. So as soon as they ask you a question, you don't feel like you need to answer it, you've won. As soon as you try to figure out, oh, well, let me see, I do need to answer. No, the fuck you don't. Don't do it. Y'all, any of y'all getting this? Y'all understand what I'm saying here? I just want to make sure y'all understand what I'm saying here. You know, the power play. The power play is in play before you even recognize you already in it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a manipulation tactic. It's all this shit that's going on before you even know you in it. Before you even know you're already in it. So you think it's just an easy question. You think it's just a easy, well, just trust me. Well, why don't you just lead me or guide? No, let me lead you. Oh, well, where did you see me? Where did you prove to me what I did was what I did? It wasn't me. As soon as you kind of get into that role, all I can say is walk away, tell them to shut the fuck up, give them the finger, walk away, something. Don't even play the game. Because as soon as you play their game, you've already won. I mean, as soon as you play their game, they've already won. Stay in your game. Make them rise to your vibration. If you can see, somebody asked me a while ago, are you in competition with me? This is a male. Are you in competition with me? I'm telling y'all, why do people say certain shit to me? I mean, at a certain point, you just gotta laugh. I laughed so fucking hard. I was like, sweetheart. Oh, that's so cute. There is no competition here. You're nowhere near my level. Like, that's cute that you even think you could compete with me, but it's so cute because to me, you're on a whole nother playing field. You're on another board somewhere else. What you're good at is what you're good at, and that's what you're good at. In this little box right here. You're good at that. Continue playing at your game. I'm not trying to compete with you at your level in this small box. I'm out here. It's a whole nother fucking level going on. So your little manipulative ass cannot, if I don't allow you to. So it's like a little seed trying to permeate a whole, and so only you can allow it to permeate you, to root you, to come throughout you if you let it. That's why some of y'all got to cut these cords, whatever. Don't get me started, but it is what it is. I feel like I put my message out there. What y'all think? I think I'm pretty good. I feel a little better. I mean, like I said, Spirit's been trying to get me to come out live with y'all for the last couple of days, but I've been really busy moving. But yeah, how y'all doing? Did I miss any comments? Let me see what's going on here. Trust is earned, not given. Yes. Yes. Consistent action behavior. Absolutely. Yes. If you can't be consistent with your shit, get the fuck out. Don't start some shit you ain't trying to finish. And people are quick to act like they can be consistent, or quick to say, oh, I am consistent. All while being inconsistent as a motherfucker. I feel you there, honey. Okay? Oh, great start for a prosperous day. Amen. Yes, this is a damn prosperous day. Absolutely. I love it. I want y'all to feel good as you go out there today. You conquer this motherfucker. I mean, I don't know if it was a damn full moon yesterday or what. You damn right they don't compete. How's someone gonna ask you, are you competing with me? You don't compete. You can't compete. Not with what I got to bring. Like, come on now. That's cute. It's just so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's like, are you kidding me right now? Yes. I said, yeah, I did pull a card. You're right, Love and Elevation. You're right. That's all the cards I'm going to pull today, huh? Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. All right, guys. Yeah. Put your trust in God. I mean, I think these are all great messages that you guys have. You said they love the static radio frequency. Yes. I mean, I think these are great messages. So hopefully, if you haven't seen the whole video, definitely go back. It started off, I mean, it's just been powerful throughout. But, enjoy the video, guys. And I hope some of this helps you just improve your day-to-day. Again, yes, trust is earned. Trust is earned, not given. Absolutely, Rosemary, you're so on point with that. Absolutely. I mean, just reiterating what we've already kind of talked about here. So definitely get that. Yes. So did you guys have any questions? I'm about to get out of here. I mean, it was a wonderful morning. It was nice that y'all came out. Thank you so much for coming out. with me this morning. Thank you for talking to me this morning. I feel a lot better. How y'all feel? How y'all feel this morning? You know, what we got, Easter coming up next week. Anybody getting dressed and ready for, I'm just saying, you know, I mean, now I will tell y'all this. This was another thing that I had on my heart this morning, that God put on my heart this morning. You know, have y'all heard, you heard about the which one comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? Y'all heard that message, right? Which one comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? And so as I was thinking, I don't know why this was on my heart this morning, but I know it had to be nothing but God that put it there. Why did God put Jesus in the vessel of the portal of Mary? So when I started looking at things from a different perspective, I want you to know, you said it's almost midnight and full moon is down here outside. Oh, wow. Beautiful, Issa. You said you're in Australia? Beautiful. Oh, I've always wanted to visit Australia. I can't wait. You said spirit is turning up down under. I love it. I love it. Australia in the house. That's what's up. Yes. And so I started thinking more and more, because, they talk about how the woman was derived from the rib of Adam. So I was like, okay, if the woman was derived from the rib of Adam, but yet Jesus came through Mary, Mary was the portal that God put. I'm like, I'm just saying, why didn't he come from the rib of Adam? And it just makes you if you start digging deeper into the true history and all of that, if you start looking into it, which one comes first? The portal, the womb, the woman. And we are bowing down to what is birthed out of our womb, if that makes sense. Like, to me, things should really, like, the structure should be totally different. Like, my ideals around the structure of man and woman and leadership and all of that. I mean, to me, like, this world is like the opposite of what I believe should be. And I've known this ever since I was young. Like, I was born into this shit. Like, I was always like, this shit seems off. Like, no, why are we bowing down to, no, women are more powerful. Divine feminine is more powerful. Divine feminine has a womb. Divine feminine births energy, births life. Even the, Native Americans and their men recognize this as the sacred womb and do certain tribal exercises based off of trying to get a little bit of what a woman goes through in the essence of birthing, tearing her skin to bring forth life into this world. They try to get a little piece of it, but with the patriarchy, they're afraid of the female woman dynamic. And so they make it seem like Eve was Eve was messed up, and Eve was the one who brought down the fall of man and all this other. You see what I'm saying? Like, when people, and it just, and I said this before in a previous video, it reminds me of how they tried to brainwash the slaves to believe that you're supposed to succumb to your master, and the master being not God, again, if that makes sense. So again, it's this, but if you read the Bible for yourself, you can see certain things within the Bible that's reality, but it's not things that you're going to necessarily hear in church. So if you read it for yourself, I never say don't read certain things. A lot of it has value. I grew up in the church, and this is why I want to bring a lot of this out, because I truly believe like a new level of religion or something needs to be made. I truly believe this shit. Like, I just believe that whatever's here, this right here, what's going on now, is some bullshit, period. And it's fake. It's phony. It's not real. And when I was asked to talk to the minister, because they're like, oh, but it makes the church look bad. The fuck? I said, well, honestly, I think the truth needs to come out. And I don't think I don't think it went over that well. And like I said, I love this woman, but I felt like the truth needed to come out. Like, this is a problem. The perception that these people are perfect in church is a problem. That your pastor is perfect, not even perfect, fucking average, is a problem. That they're not going to falter, because the point is they don't want to give this perception, because they want you to go to them for guidance and for leadership, and all of it's an illusion. It's bullshit. Facts, Rosemary, is bullshit. Your leadership is not in man. Your leadership is above. And as long as you keep falling for the fucking okie doke, you'll continue to go to man, and you'll continue to fall to their vibration, and you'll continue to fail. Once you realize how heightened you are, once you realize the confidence, and your confidence will come in beautifully. And now trust me, I've been there, done that. I've gone through all of this. So everything that I've told you, I've cried. I've been there. I've been on the floors. I've been on a why me. I've been the victim. I've been the, been on the other end of abuse. I've been on the other end of different fucked up shit happening to young girls. I've been on that end, which is why I understand and why I have the empathy, compassion, and why I strengthen women today. This is the reason why I don't think you should ever forsake your past. Your past is a beautiful thing. Your past is what makes you you today. Your past is what gives you the compassion, the empathy to help others. Your past is what allows you to grow others. Your past is who you are and allows you to grow to another level. Never forsake your past. Never forsake what you've gone through. Never forsake your enemies even. Your enemies play a role in your life too. All them people that came up against you, talk bad about you, coming at you like they think they better than you and all this other shit, because really in essence they know you better than them. Preach! Preach, HP! I'm just saying. Just know that a lot of the shit that people have done to you had nothing to do with you. And I'm going to say it again. All these people who've done some fucked up shit to you, came at you, abused you, fucked you over, all this shit, had nothing to do with you. Many times we take it on as, oh, they did it to me. Again, that victimhood mentality, they did it to me. No, they would have did it to you. They would have did it to her. They would have did it to him. They would have did it to her, him, her. They've been doing it before you. They're going to be doing it after you. Unless they heal, whatever. But the point is, all of this plays a role, and all plays a role to bring you to who you are. Who you're going to be, who you are today, where you want to go, all of that. And I think you should never forsake your past. Never. And it's so interesting because in both of those films, in Tina and in Aretha, both of them were pissed every time their past kind of came up. Aretha was always pissed every time her past came up, that she had a child at the age of 12, that her father was a womanizer, or anything from her past that was negative that came up to the limelight. She was pissed. She didn't want to talk about it. She would, she would defer to something else. It's like she just never wanted to talk about it. You see what I'm saying? All lessons are necessary for elevation. How you doing, Marsha? How you doing, Pumpkin? Yeah, so all of that, right? So same thing over here with Tina. Tina was pissed every time her past came up. When that movie came out about her life, she was pissed. It's like she would play the part in it, whatever, but at the end of the day, not play the part like she was in the movie, but she hated every time it came up with Ike. She said no matter where she went, Ike always came up. Even though she became Tina fucking Turner, Ike always came up. Ike always came up. Like when people would ask her question, Ike would always come up, her abuser. But it was like almost a constant reminder of her past, and therefore a constant move towards her future. It was like a fueling that kept her going as well. Like, because I want to get from under his shadow. She even was fighting to get from under her mother's shadow, of being left and her mother not taking care of her or not being there for her and giving her up, and whatever, again, the reason was for her mother giving her up, it had nothing to do with Tina, but she internalized it as her own. She felt unworthy and felt like she could never be worthy of love. She said, I was never loved. I was in love as a child. And I've even heard me say this. I've even said it even when it came to my father, because my father was never in my life. I literally met him and remember meeting him at the age of like 22 after I graduated college. I took a trip because I was like, I want to physically go meet him. I had just graduated. I don't remember him as a baby because he was gone, or my mother was gone far before he was ever gone. I mean, I still stayed in contact with the family. I didn't even meet my sisters and brothers until later. It was crazy. But I always, in a lot of the issues I had with the masculine, had a lot to do with what was going on with me and my father issues. You see what I'm saying? And it's so interesting because you'll see on certain movies, I forget what movie it was. It was some movie where they were kind of making a joke out of, oh, you got father issues. Oh, I need you in my life kind of thing. Because you have these father issues, now they can manipulate you. Now you can be manipulated, right? I remember even in college how a guy I was dating, he was saying, well, I noticed a difference between women who have fathers and women who don't. Like, the way in which they treat a man, the way in which they, and there's a lot of men who will say that. Like, again, you having that father figure that's close knit with you, it may be a different type of issue. It may be a different, but I mean, we all got issues. None of them is better or worse than the other, but it's a difference in how you act. But again, I remember me saying some years ago, well, how is somebody ever going to love me when my father didn't even love me? You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's some deep shit. I mean, that's real. You saying that's real. That's real across the board. I can remember that saying that shit. So you like, well, how do I deserve to receive, or how am I going to receive? Woo! How am I worthy to receive greatness? How am I worthy to receive beautiful, loving, respectful, partnership and companionship if I didn't get or wouldn't or couldn't get that from my father? Or my father wouldn't give it to me, or whatever that was, right? And that's what I heard from Tina, and I could relate. When she was saying that, she was like, she said that. She was like, my own mother gave me away. Now, she was a cotton picker. She was literally picking cotton as a small child. My mother gave me away, so why am my own mother? You see that attachment. My own mother, my own father didn't. You see what I'm saying? So because we have this attachment to our parents, I had to, I noticed this at a young age. At a young age, I remember, I said, I really think I chose this mother. It's like a certain things that I came to learn at an early age that came from previous lifetimes. I was like, I chose this mother for a reason. I chose this mother. I chose this father. When you change the dynamic to you chose this as a spirit before coming down to this planet, before coming here into this plane even, I'm not even going to say planet, this plane, this 3D, this here, you chose your parents. Now, when you change the dynamics of it and say, oh, I chose this mother or father. This father was abusive. This mother was abusive. This person was ... But I chose to come to them because I needed to learn something through them to get me to the next stage in my elevation. So by the time I leave here, this earthly plane, this 3D dimension, I will now be risen above where I was. I will now be on another level. So once I leave here, oh, Lord. Once I leave here, I will be someone so different. By the time I come back here, I'll be on a whole nother level. By the time I leave here and go to the next plane in my life, because it's not over once you leave. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. He said, but parents think that they are the parents, but the children are the... Yes, let that sink. Yes. But you have to, at some point, you have to realize that they're people too. Just like I was talking about church and the pastor and the people, the head of the church and all of that. At some point, you have to take accountability for your own shit and say, you know what, they're people too. And I have my own purpose. I can either be led, but at some point you break away. At some point, as a child, you become independent. I became independent at an early age, independent to a certain degree. Of course, because you still have your parents you're dependent upon and all of that. But a level of independence came to me early. Like, I just always wanted independence. I always wanted to be my own person, But if you look at that and recognize that you came here to learn a lesson, that you came here to elevate to a new level, that you came here to experience things, because I believe we come from a plane where it's so much peace and lovingness. And by the time we go back to that beautiful, peaceful place, you have now elevated to a whole nother level of peace and understanding and empathy, to where now you can help those who are here from a spiritual level. Because I just had a dream last night about my granddaddy. I know he's looking over me. Every time I have like mediumship, like messages come through to me, my grandfather is like in it all the time. He always, he's always there. Okay. He like, I don't like him. He like, look, I like you being this, but I don't like this right here. I mean, he's very like, So can you imagine you being that way for your people, for your family, for Once you transition that you will now be their eyes and ears. Ooh, Isn't that beautiful to even know that? So if you can elevate here and go past these learning lessons that you establish for yourself, to come here to establish, to earn, to learn, to understand, so you can then help your grandchildren, great grandchildren, help the world. It changes the dynamics to where I'm not a victim of my mother and father, but yet I chose them to go through these experiences with, so I can get to this next level of healing, so I can then do this and fulfill my purpose. And had I come through this perfect, beaver and cleaver, so-called family unit bullshit, then I would have been someone different and I would not have had it. You choosing to be even a Black woman, I'm gonna even put it out there. If that was your fucking choice coming here, can you imagine you chose to go through a hard life? You could have chose to be a white woman. You could have chose to be a white male. You could have chose to be all these different things. A monk. You could have chose to be so many different things in different cultures. And if you're listening to me and you have capability to see me, then you have chosen most likely the life that you're living. And if it's a hard life, you've chosen it. Now, if you look at the dynamics from that perspective, that I chose this, now I need to learn this. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you must be able to serve. Yes, yes. Everything is even kill, y'all. You're welcome, Isa. Isa, am I saying that right? But if you recognize this, y'all, it changes your mind frame. It changes you from being a victim of, oh, this was my father did this to me. Oh, this was my mother did this to me. It was a part in the Aretha Franklin story where she was talking about how she was just trying to find herself, because she only knew who she was as it pertained to her father. Because to her father, she said she was special in her father's eyes. If her father was to die, she held on to him for so long, would not let the man go. Because to her, her specialness arose out of her father's perspective of her, or perception of her. So she's like, I'm not going to be special if you're gone. My identity is wrapped up in you believing that I am special. And this was when she started to, but before then, she had a point where she was like, look, I just need to find my own way. And it's times in your life where you got to find your own way. If it's from religious sectors, if it's from parents, if it's from your belief system, if it's from your upbringing, if it's from your country, if it's from whatever it is, at some point you have to believe in yourself and your own intuition, your own knowing, your own higher self guiding you, your own ancestors that are looking out for the best things for you. You have to believe in that more than you believe in anyone else around you. And when you start to believe that and recognize that, the power is within you. And the power can never be taken away. The power is consistent. Spirit is with me consistently all the time. I'm thankful every day. I thank my spirit guides, angel guides, Holy Spirit, Mother Gaia, the earth, all of it. Because all of it to me plays a role. When I'm feeling off kilter, I go outside, I'll walk out in the grass, no shoes on, looking straight up, hokey pokey, whatever I got to do to get grounded, because I need the earth to help ground me here, because I'm so spiritually heightened. I need to come down a lot of times. And sometimes I can be so gone up here that I just need to, it can become emotional. People's energy can become emotional, all of that. And I just need to ground myself. Whenever I feel like I'm off kilter, I just got to ground myself. I can ground myself sitting here in this chair. I could walk outside and do it. But sometimes just being in the element, being in the sun, all of that. That's why this COVID shit, I couldn't fuck with it. Like, I got to be outside. And I'm so glad I live where I live because I can walk outside butt naked and nobody's going to see me. Let me know when y'all ready to come for the retreat. Y'all can walk around butt naked too. But, I mean, it's real. So when you change the dynamics of your story, and I'm going to try to close on this message. If Spirit doesn't give me no more messages, I'm going to try to close on this right here. If you can change the dynamics of your story too, this is what you wanted. Yes, you've gone through the hard times. Yes, you've been on the floor crying. Yes, you have been fearful. Yes, you feel like it's never going to change. Yes, you've had those thoughts of not wanting to be here. You know what I'm saying? Those thoughts late night. Why am I going through this? I don't want to be here. I want to be in a place of peace. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt in it. If you've ever thought of these things, and you can change your dynamic and you can change your world by changing your story, changing your perspective of your story. If you realize that you chose these parents to come through because you wanted to have this life, because you wanted to learn something different, you can change the dynamics of your story. Never disregard, never feel bad about your past. Never feel bad about your journey. Your journey is a journey that you have had to go through so you can get to the next level in life. Y'all feeling good this morning? All right, all right, all right. Oh, in Australia, you can go to sleep now. Isa? Isa? I'm glad I was able to see you guys this morning. This was beautiful. It's 11:11, y'all. Did y'all see that? I mean, 1:11. It just turned 1:11. I feel like that was my cue to say deuces. It was a beautiful morning. I hope you guys got a wonderful message out of this. And I hope to see you guys soon, okay? You said all the world is a stage. I know that's right. I mean, it's all beautiful. You are. We all create our own. We all can create our own. We all can. You have that. That's the power you have. Your perception is the power that you have. How you want to look at certain things. Everybody, thumbs up before you leave too, please. I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Um, yeah. Your perception is the biggest tool you have. It's how. You said what retreat? Y'all know I own Graceful Healing Retreat, right? Y'all know I own Graceful Healing Retreat, right? I'm just saying. Go to the website. I'm just saying. www.gracefulhealingretreat.com. I do spiritual coaching, but you can do glamping here. If you go to my Instagram below, you'll even see like some examples of some of the videotaping, because we was actually going to do it like a little small reality show of the that's what my goal was to do. I still have the footage to do the reality show, but to show women healing in multiple ways through multiple healing modalities. But it was a glamping experience, so you guys can actually see. I don't know if you actually see you may see like inside the tents and all that. But it's a plush. It's like when you walk into the tent, it looks like a regular tent on the outside, but when you go into the tent, you have sheepskin rug, you have beautiful queen size bed plants, you have very plush bedding, chairs, tables, all that. And then I bring the Reiki table in when it's time for certain sessions. You have a little toilet in there. You even have a shower, an outdoor shower. It's really beautiful. And I've slept out there plenty of times. And when I do the retreats, I make sure that I have someone around. It's beautiful, because I love to go to sleep under the stars. I love to go to sleep in nature. It's something about being outside, being grounded, and because the house, wherever you live, if you're in a building, anything, you still have these levels. You got cement, you got all this other stuff going on. But when you go outside and like sleep, like in the grass, like I've laid down, just outside, just in the sun, or wherever, or just lay down, like even when you're doing your yoga and you got your yoga mat and you're just on the grass, it's just so healing. Even when I go to the beach, it's just so healing. I love it. It's beautiful. Just to sit next to the water, or even just to be on the beach, in a hotel next to the water, just to hear the waves, all of that is just beautiful to me. I'm not on the beach, by the way. Let me clarify that. I'm just saying when I go to the beach. I'm not too far from a beach, but I've gone to a retreat out there as well. And I was thinking I should probably do a retreat at like the Virginia Beach or something nearby here. Will be beautiful, because I love being by the water too. But my retreat offers the glamping experience, so you can actually be able to sleep outside. We have a fire pit, so we're dancing around the fire pit, writing down what we want to get rid of, especially if we do it under a full moon. It's beautiful. Getting rid of everything we want, asking and offering in and requesting and receiving what we do want in our lives. So we're going through that process. We have different healers. I had like 6 healers when I had the larger event, where we had somebody that was talking about nutrition, someone who was talking about iridology, someone who not talking about it, but actually they're helping you. So you were actually doing iridology. You were actually participating in nutritional therapy and magnetic therapy and I think it's EFT therapy. I think I messed that up. It was emotional something, stress response or something. Then we had the Yoni Steam specialist. She's actually the owner of Yoni Steam Institute. So she was here. So she helped and she did Yoni Steams for everyone. And then I did readings and we had great vegan food, all of that. I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, it's just one night. It was one night to spend the night. We started off like maybe like 12 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we went till like brunch, after brunch the next day, and then we concluded with like a nice word, you know, from me, of course, about that next level of healing and taking that with you. So yeah, try, if you can look below on the Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram. There's some little clips, movies, 5 minute, 6 minute movies with some of the women that were there talking about what they went through, as well as, you know, just kind of seeing, you know, how it was. But it was a beautiful, and I love to work with the women on a regular basis. So I look forward to continue working with you guys. Thank you so much for coming to the Divine Feminine Update. This was beautiful. I feel worn out right now, so I think it's time for me to go get something to eat and drink, and my water's all the way over there. So I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out with me today. Okay, I love you. Bye bye.